President Bola Ahmed TINUBU has ushered us into the new era. For this is the dawn of a new era, the renewed hope infrastructure revolution. Fellow Nigerians, fellow compatriots, fellow citizens, if you see something good, say something good. Be a witness of truth and candor. Testify for history and for posterity. If after watching this video, you still feel total antipathy towards the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, unable to recognize the policy area in which he has unarguably excelled, then the issue isn't politics alone. It verges on something far more sinister and troubling. Regardless of the political disagreements that surely exist, of which I am keenly aware, one simple, undeniable fact stands tall. A national leader has chosen to tackle one of our most intractable challenges as a nation. That decision alone deserves recognition. It deserves commendation in my book. For well over 50 years, the complaints of the Nigerian people have swelled into a crescendo. What began as disappointment over the years, right from independence, has escalated into anger, into trauma, and at times into indifference. We, the people, have drifted towards a dangerous plateau of numbness, where both good and evil appear to balance on an uneasy scale in our eyes. But we must refuse to stay mired in that negative disposition towards public life and with regard to our society. We must borrow and apply the wisdom of St. Augustine, who declared, and I quote, "A nation is a multitude of rational people, bound together by a common agreement as to the objects of their love." Unquote. I cannot conceive of a finer philosophical admonition for Nigerians than this jewel from St. Augustine. It serves as a reminder that we must find our shared love, our common purpose. This is what should bind us and propel us forward as a people, as a nation. If we resolve that that common purpose should be something as little as showing appreciation for a satisfactory duty executed by a leader, we should do so. Here is a concrete, tangible thread in our national story. Nigeria has well over 2,000 federal roads, of which the vast majority have long been totally neglected and lay in a state of total disrepair and dilapidation. In response, the TINUBU administration has embarked on a historic mission: the reconstruction and rehabilitation of 600 of those dilapidated roads. It is not a timid initiative, it is a bold commitment to rebuild the arteries of our country. If you take a tour across the 6 geopolitical zones of the nation, as I have done, you will come away with little doubt that the infrastructure revolution unfolding before us is absolutely unprecedented. The evidence is everywhere. New stretches of single or double carriageways, flyovers and bridges, refurbished thoroughfares, and a visible shift in the tempo of national development. This is real. This is a rolling program of repair and renewal that touches our daily lives. School routes, market routes, business routes, farm produce routes, all bearing the imprint of a deliberate, systematic effort to restore connectivity and opportunity. In summary, we stand at crossroads. We can cling to cynicism, or we can acknowledge a government that has chosen to tackle a crucible issue with scale and seriousness. The facts are clear, ladies and gentlemen. More than 2,000 federal roads exist, with a vast majority dilapidated, I've said before. The TINUBU administration is reconstructing and rehabilitating 600 of them. That's a fact. And across the 6 geopolitical zones, the aura of an infrastructure revolution is unfolding in a manner I would describe as absolutely historical. Let us measure our future not by the noise of controversy, but by the substance of progress, and by the enduring unity of a people bound by a shared love for a revived nation. We are not simply laying roads. We are laying the foundation of a new Nigeria. The renewed hope agenda, the central philosophy of President Bola Ahmed TINUBU, has moved from the pages of policy documents into the very soil of our motherland. It is a philosophy of greatness, a manifesto of transformation, and today, its most thundering expression is etched in the stone and concrete of a road network that will define the 21st century for Nigeria. This is a vision anchored in history. For 65 years, Nigeria has struggled with inadequate infrastructure. Our roads have too often been skeletal remains of broken pathways, patched and repatched, unable to withstand the weight of commerce or the fury of tropical rains. Generations of Nigerians have endured potholes, gridlock, and dangerous highways that stifled trade and claimed lives. But today, under the renewed hope agenda, we are turning the page. By the time this administration concludes its mandate in 2031, God willing, Nigeria's road infrastructure backbone will have expanded and consolidated to a level never before witnessed in our history. The skeletal remains of yesterday will be replaced by a robust, expansive, and enduring network that dwarfs the combined achievements, or lack thereof, of the past 6 decades. This federation is finally connected. For the first time in our journey as a sovereign state, there is a genuine, unapologetic attempt to stitch the fabric of this federation together. Across all 6 geopolitical zones, engines roar and concrete pours. This is not patchwork politics. This is strategic engineering that makes profound economic, social, and political sense. Now, let's shift to the taxonomy, the brass tacks, the bold figures, if you like. In the Northwest Zone, 48 out of 260 special intervention projects are underway, underscoring the President's commitment to bridging infrastructure gaps in Kano, Katsina, Jigawa, Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, and Kaduna. In the Southeast and South-South, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, the Enugu-Onitsha Highway, the Enugu-Abakaliki-Ogoja Expressway are redefining connectivity, opening new corridors for trade and commerce. In the Northeast and North Central, the Kano-Maiduguri Highway and the Calabar-Abuja Trans-Saharan Superhighway are opening new arteries of unity, commerce, and security. This is the first time in history that a genuine and manifest attempt has been made to connect the entirety of the Federation in a manner that makes both economic, social, and political sense. At the helm of this transformation stands a man whose interest and obsession with civil engineering has a sacred and sometimes obsessive definition. Distinguished Senator David Nwezomahe, the Federal Minister of Works. His adoption of the rigid concrete pavement system is a masterstroke of durability that lasts in the face of time and tropical weather. Asphalt roads, long plagued by erosion, flooding, and heavy-duty truck traffic, are being replaced with concrete pavements that promise longevity of 50 to 100 years. This is not just engineering, it is foresight. And this is the Ebonyi magic gone national, of which I am a personal witness. The adoption of the rigid concrete pavement system of road construction by the Minister of Works has taken the country by storm. It is a continuation, albeit a dramatic expansion, of the absolute magic of infrastructure revolution he wrought in his home state of Ebonyi for 8 years as a governor. With a total budget of about 670 billion in his entire first term of 4 years, which, by the way, was not fully funded as a consequence of the economic crunch in the Buhari years, Senator Mahi delivered the first 16 of the 23 flyovers he constructed in Ebonyi State, along with hundreds of kilometers of roads, bridges, an international market, and numerous legacy achievements within 4 years. His extraordinary landmarks in his subsequent second term of 4 years are there, standing as evidential proof beyond any reasonable doubt about the man's infrastructural prowess. Now, with a commensurate budget to match President TINUBU's grand and historic ambition to transform Nigeria's infrastructure base, Umahi's rapacious appetite to build bigger, grander, incomparable edifices with obsessive attention to longevity has been unleashed nationwide. If ever there was a round peg in a round hole, this Senator Mahi, the civil engineering genius, empowered by the political will of President TINUBU, is the man. Let me put it this way. Every president understands that through genuine delegation of power, he projects his ambition through ministers or advisors or any other subordinate for that matter. For example, President Olusegun Obasanjo projected his economic reform agenda through Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and through other subordinates such as Malam Nuhu Ribadu and Professor Dora Akonyele, through whom he projected his ambition to tackle economic crimes and fake pharmaceuticals. President Goodluck Jonathan projected his ambition for economic transformation through the same Dr. Okonjo-Iweala. President Muhammadu Buhari projected his ambition for agricultural transformation through the great chief Innocent Audu Ogbe, but unfortunately the great man was thwarted and hacked below the knees by a rapacious brigade of cabal who sucked this nation like a cankerworm and left an empty shell, which the current administration has been grappling with since 2023. President TINUBU has projected his ambition for road infrastructure and the transformation of that sector through Senator David Umahi. It is difficult to argue that the president's achievements in the road construction and rehabilitation in this country alone is not the most powerful argument before the Nigerian electorate for his second-term mandate. Whether you're a political partisan or an independent-minded Nigerian, surely the audacity and scale of the ambition to bulldoze a new road along the Atlantic coastline from Lagos to Calabar must stir up your spirit of patriotism. Particularly taking into account that not a single virgin road has been carved in this nation over the last half-century, much less one that is 700 kilometers long through some of the most inhospitable coastlines in all of Africa. This time, truly, is made and ripe for the titans of infrastructure. Look to the horizons and see the monuments of the renewed hope agenda. The Lagos-Calabar Highway is 700 kilometers of economic connectivity, linking ports, tourism hubs, and industrial corridors. The Badagry-Sokoto Interstate is a 1,068 kilometers bridging north and south, a spine of unity and commerce. The Calabar-Abuja Trans-Saharan Superhighway is a 477 kilometers of six-lane excellence connecting Nigeria to continental trade routes. The Kano-Maiduguri Highway is a lifeline for the Northeast, strengthening security and trade. The Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway is a vital artery for the Southeast and South-South, boosting commerce and integration. These are not just roads. They are monuments of transformation, testaments to vision, courage, and competence. In fact, I am inspired right now and right here to dwell more extensively on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, a dream reborn on concrete and steel. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway is more than a road. It is the resurrection of a national dream first imagined 70 years ago in 1955. Conceived by Chief Festus Okotebo, then Federal Commissioner of Finance, the vision was audacious, a sweeping artery of progress binding Lagos to the South-South and Southeast, threading through 9 coastal states and unlocking the economic promise of Nigeria's shoreline. For decades, however, the idea languished in dusty archives, a symbol of ambition deferred. Quite rightly, partial efforts that were made must be recognized. These partial efforts flickered across administrations. President Olusegun Obasanjo nudged the dream forward with Warri-Calabar portion. Goodluck Jonathan's government in 2010 awarded the Koko Ogehe-Ekpe contract. Yet, these were fragments, not the full tapestry. The Grand Highway remained elusive, a mirage shimmering in the horizon. That mirage began to solidify in 2024 when President Bola Tinubu's administration broke ground on what is now one of Africa's most ambitious infrastructure projects. Designed as a 10-lane superhighway stretching over 700 kilometers, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway is not merely a road, but a statement of intent. With concrete pavement and a central rail track, it promises to be a dual engine of mobility and commerce. The financing model itself speaks to modern pragmatism. Under the EPC plus F framework, which is engineering, procurement, construction, and financing, developers shoulder the burden of arranging funds. Already, a 747 million US dollar syndicated loan led by Deutsche Bank has underwritten Section 1, a 47-kilometer stretch from Victoria Island to Eko or to Eleko. By May 2025, a 30-kilometer portion was commissioned, signaling that the project had moved from blueprint to reality. As of February 2026, construction hums across 4 simultaneous sections, including Akwa Ibom and Cross River. The scale is staggering. 15.6 trillion naira, equivalent of about 12.5 billion US dollars, is the estimated cost, with an 8-year horizon for completion. Yet the potential dividends are equally vast. Travel time between the southwest and south-south is projected to shrink by more than 50%. Trade corridors will erupt with new vitality. Tourism, long shifted by poor connectivity, may finally find its wings along Nigeria's coast. This highway is not just about asphalt and rail. It is about knitting together regions, reducing the tyranny of distance, and laying down the infrastructure of unity. It is about turning a 70-year-old aspiration into a living, breathing reality. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway is, in essence, a metaphor for Nigeria itself, a nation of immense promise, often delayed but never defeated. If completed as envisioned, it will stand as a monument to persistence, a reminder that dreams deferred can, with courage and will, be reborn in concrete and steel. Roads are not mere pathways. They are economic engines. Every kilometer of highway constructed under the renewed hope agenda is a kilometer of opportunity. It is about trade expansion. Farmers in Benue would move produce to Lagos ports much faster. Traders in Kano will reach markets in Port Harcourt with ease. It is also about job creation. Tens of thousands of jobs are being created in construction, engineering, logistics, and maintenance. It is also about regional integration. Highways like the Trans-Saharan Superhighway will connect Nigeria to Niger, Chad, and beyond, making Nigeria a hub of continental trade. It is also about boosting tourism and leisure. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway will unlock Nigeria's tourism potential, connecting beaches, resorts, and cultural landmarks. One of the things I found most impressive in the course of my research is what I would call citizens' inventory, the people's testimony, if you will. We do not need government propaganda when we have the citizens' inventory. From the Niger Delta to the Sahel, ordinary Nigerians are pulling over, stopping, taking out their phones, and recording the truth. Travelers, villagers, and patriots are witnessing the amazing delivery of a promise kept. These videos are not staged. They are spontaneous testimonies of the eyes that have seen the light after years of darkness. They are the thundering voices of a people who finally see their taxes being poured into the very ground they walk upon. The renewed hope agenda is more than infrastructure. It is a philosophy of greatness. It is about building a Nigeria where every community is connected, every business thrives, and every citizen enjoys dignity and opportunity. It is about transforming Nigeria into a serious player in the economy of the 21st century. It is about unleashing the genius of our people, the creativity of our entrepreneurs, and the resilience of our workers. My conclusion is simple. My conclusion echoes the simplicity of a promise made and a promise kept, a destiny secured. The promise was made. The promise is being kept. Nigeria is on the move, and there is no turning back. Fellow citizens, the renewed hope agenda is not just about roads, it is about destiny. With President TINUBU's vision and Senator Mahi's genius, we are not just building roads, we are building the future. We are not just connecting cities, we are connecting destinies. We are not just pouring concrete, we are pouring hope. By 2031, God willing, Nigeria will stand tall, its infrastructure backbone strong, its federation connected, its economy thriving, and its people united. This is the dawn of a new era. This is the renewed hope infrastructure revolution. Senator Emmanuel Onwe is from Ebonyi State.
This is the best project I've ever seen in Nigeria since I was born in Nigeria. See project. This is now road with this, so now you first road with this. You know, element side for Port Harcourt, River State. See the kind of road they do. Very fine road. See it now. I don't put the first foot of all. They might floor the ground first. Full lamp this. It's here between 22 mm. They call Jama floor again. See the thickness of the Jama floor. You know, when you see the job, it's not a perfect job that they do. This kind of work knows what they do for Nigeria. Nigeria, this kind of job we need for our roads. Don't be those nonsense. So this is the great company they do. 1 week you don't watch. See how? Yeah? You see projects. You see road. And this kind they call road, so they do one for Igbo land. Our own country, Nigeria, oh, everything is different. And like this, see they call project here for Nigeria. See how? You see how? See project. Yes. This is one of the best projects I've ever seen a Nigeria construction company construct. This is the best among all. See how? You see how? Very fine. Thank you.
Yes. We are grassroots people. We are the United Church. We are the grassroots people in Ogun State campaigning for good roads. We are at Iyanologbo in Ogun State. This road has been a death trap, deplorable road for years. Ogun State has tried to do this road to no avail. Ogun State has done it 5 times, but they could not succeed. But our president from Abuja gave order to the Minister of Works to do this road for us as Abuja Ota Lagos Road. You can see it. Look at it from far. Look at the quality roads. Look at it, quality roads. Come and see from this side. Look at the quality of this road. Pick it. Look at this. Look at it. Down there. Down there. Down there. This is the kind of road we want in Ogun State. This is not done by this administration. This is done by our president from Abuja himself after 5 failed attempts by our own state government. The president took it upon himself and he commanded the Minister of Works to give us these quality roads. So we have come here today, our president, we have come to say thank you. Mr. President, thank you, sir, for repairing Abeokuta Ota Road for us. And our dear president, our second request is that prevail on our government to allow the local government to enjoy financial autonomy. You have the knife, you have the yam. Please prevail on Prince Dapo Abiodun to allow the local government to enjoy their financial autonomy. We have so many roads in Ogun State that have become death trap. We are waiting on you. We are looking on you that from this January, our local government will be effective and the work will start. Thank you, our president. People of Ogun State, our president has come to our head. Please, let me see you appreciating our president from the comment section. Appreciate our president that he has done well. Thank you so much, and we continue. Ogun State shall be great again. My name remains Olawoye Kayode, and we speak for the good people of Ogun State. Thank you.
I don't want to take that. You have to go and run coring for me. You know, every 100 meters. You have to do the coring. Don't call at the middle of the road so that we don't have problem. Call by the size of the road. And I want to see the physical coring. I want to see the video. And if that is the case, then I'm going to redesign that section of the road. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not constructing roads, it's building roads to last 100 years. And for the milling, my directive is here where we have stone base, you know, is to mill 4 cm. Take it to your yard or wherever you have stone base. Mix it up with stone base. Then put 3.5% cement and then put water in it. And then come and lay it. Instead of laying 10 cm, you have to lay 12 cm. Because our 4 cm has to come back. But it's going to be laid, you know, all through the shoulders and the carriageway. don't forget that you are first digging the shoulders and they bringing it to the existing carriageway with 10 cm of stone base. And when you do the final 10 cm, you spread it, lead weight. Now, if the second section doesn't have stone base, it means that we are going to be milling, taking it away. Then we lay first 10 cm, both shoulders and carriageway. Then we now take the 10 cm, stone base with 4 cm, and then lay another 12 cm weight. That is how it's going to be. So on this stretch, we have the CCCC flyover at Abapa Junction. Very wonderful, going to see it. And then we move over to the NMPC depot, and then we'll be able to see what the indigenous contractor is doing our flyover. Do you have questions?